Hi everyone, it's Marlene. Welcome back to my channel. I have had so many questions about my hair, about my purple hair, and about how I keep it straight, or what do I do to manage to keep it looking good all the time. So I thought, I need to really sit down and record and let the viewers know what it is exactly that I do with my hair. I'm going to sit down and I am going to let the viewers know exactly what it is that I do, because it's in almost every single video. Like I've got so many videos. You know what I mean? Since I've started, in just about every video, one or two or three people comment on my hair. So here goes. The first thing I want to say, I need to just go ahead and put this out there. I am not a hairdresser. I went to beauty school back in the 70s, but my strength was hair coloring, but it was not coloring. I'm sorry. My strength was hair coloring, bleaching, and that sort of thing. I was horrible at cutting hair. I was horrible at pin curls. What I'm trying to say is that I am not a hairdresser. I do not know all of the chemical ins and outs of why products work the way they work. So please speak to your colorist, your hairdresser, anybody that you have doing your hair about any of these products that I'm going to talk to you about. I know what they are because I have spoken to Cassie, the girl that does my hair. She's been doing my hair for years, and we talked a lot about what I wanted, and this has been a work in progress, and basically it's been within, I would say, about the last year that we really got it to where I really liked it, where we were both really happy with the way the colors turned out. That's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say is that my hair is naturally black, and well, it was naturally black. Now it's naturally gray, but you get what I'm saying. And it's very thick. I'm not sure if I got it from my one grandmother from Spain or my other grandmother from Syria, but one of the two or both had very black hair, and that's where I got my thick black hair from. As I've grown older, and after I hit my 50s, so I decided to do something with it. Obviously, I cannot go blonde. Look at my brows. I'm not Madonna. I can't do the blonde hair or brown. I just won't look good with it. Anyway, within the last few years, I've been adding more purple to it, and we finally found the color that I like. Purple is a very difficult color for some colorists to understand. They don't get it. I know, because I have had orange, I have had bright red, and just about everything in between, but not purple, until I found Cassie. And anyway, so here goes. First of all, how I get my hair purple. I have various colors of purple in my hair and magenta. For my for my low light, I purchase it and I bring it out to Cassie. I use, and I've got my notes here because I don't want to forget to tell you anything. I use Gold Weld Necktie in 3VV, and I will leave everything that I use in the description box, along with where I purchase it and where you can find some of the other colors, which I don't buy myself. Cassie buys those, but I will leave everything down below. Alright, so basically my roots and any dark area in the darker purple that you see in my hair, it is by Gold Weld Necktie in 3VV, and the VV stands for Vivid Violet. And we do that in order to give it some depth. For my highlights, she uses Chromo Silk Vivids and alternate between magenta and violet. And basically, in order to give the hair that depth, the roots are in the Goldwell, the very dark purple. Then she weaves, so to speak. She'll weave it, let me see if I could see, very thin pieces, kind of like that. And she'll do one piece, one layer with the magenta, one layer with the violet, one layer with the darker purple. And she does the entire thing all on top, probably 2 or 3 layers down. But if you look underneath, it's dark purple underneath. So that's how we get the purples. As far as the bleaching is, I'm really picky about my hair. So I was always concerned about going with these lighter colors for a few reasons, because I know that bleach can damage your hair. I also live in a very humid climate, and I didn't want the combination of the humidity and the bleach to end up with hair out to here frizzy. So we use a product called OlaPlex. And basically OlaPlex, don't quote me on this, I may be mistaken, I know it's OlaPlex. When bleach is applied to the hair, I believe the cuticle is broken up in order to get that color out. With the product OlaPlex, it closes the cuticle again, so the hair is not damaged. And there are 3 steps in the OlaPlex. And again, I will leave you links down below so you could read up on it. That OlaPlex prevents that damaged bleach look in my hair. I will not put direct bleach in it. If OlaPlex weren't available, I don't know what I would do. I probably would just have one tone of one color purple like I used to, just a dark purple. I wouldn't have all these highlights in there. The other treatment that I do is called a Brazilian Blowout. What is Brazilian Blowout? It is a keratin treatment that lasts between 10 to 12 weeks. And let me go to my cheat sheet. If your hair is frizzy, or if you live in a climate where your hair frizzes, you get this Brazilian Blowout treatment, and your hair will not frizz at all. The way you see my hair, it could be raining, it could be damp, the humidity could be sky high, and my hair is going to look like this. All right. What the Brazilian does, it eliminates that frizz. So you wash your hair, and your hair is frizz-free. You wash it, and this is what it looks like. I use very little flat iron in my hair. So a lot of the shine that you see, it's due to the Brazilian Blowout. If you have color treated hair like I do, it also improves the hair because it conditions the hair while sealing the cuticle for an enhanced color. All right, that I got off their website. I know what it does, but I wanted to give you exactly what it does. When I have the whole thing done, when I go and I have the purple and the magenta and all of that done, which I get done probably about every 8 weeks or so, I'll go immediately following, and if it's due for me to get the Brazilian Blowout, that's when I'll do it, because it will seal in these colors. Goldwell doesn't wash out. It stays, so even though I do have the growth, you don't see it as much as if I had any other hair dye. And it's not because it's drugstore. It doesn't matter. I've used Redken. I've had the Pravana done. It washes out on me. It doesn't last at all. And I don't want to have to dye my hair so often. And the Go Well just lasts. Well, with the Brazilian Blowout, it just seals it even further. And it just maintains all of my highlights and lowlights. If your hair is wavy, then your hair is going to appear naturally straight. Like mine. Yes, I have wavy hair. There is waves in it. My natural hair is not what you're seeing. This is due to the Brazilian Blowout. If you have very, very curly hair, you minimize the frizz, you enhance the appearance of that natural curl. So when you get this Brazilian, if you have really, really curly hair, it's not a straightener. It's not going to make your hair straight. You'll still have your curls without the frizz. If you have some wave, like I do, then yes, then it will be straightened. Oh, to maintain it, then at home, I alternate between two products. When you get a Brazilian Blowout, you can also purchase their shampoo, conditioner, masks, the whole shebang. It is a bit on the pricey side. The shampoo, I believe, runs about $30 or $35, as well as the conditioner. And again, I will leave the links to that down below. So what I do, because it is on the pricier side, but it lasts a long time, so, balances out. When I run out, like I have now, I ran out of the Brazilian Blowout products, the shampoo, the conditioner, the cream that I use like once a month. Then what I do now, what I've been using is this, and this is the Redken Frizz Dismiss, and I use it because it is sulfate free. Lights. Okay. But again, I'll leave the name of this down below. The main thing when you have a Brazilian Blowout is that the shampoo that you use is sulfate free. And I have tried just about every shampoo on the market. I truly have. I've gone through so many shampoos and I use it once or twice and I hate it. And I just go back to this one. And I use the conditioner from the same line, and I use the oil from the same line. And this is an instant deflate. And I just use, this is compared to like an argan oil, sort of. So as soon as I wash my hair, I just use a tiny drop of this and I just put it all around my ends. I also have the mask that goes with this line, and I forgot to bring it over here. But it's from the same line, and I use that like once a month. When I run out of these, then I'll go ahead and use I'll go ahead and buy the Brazilian Blowout ones. Originally, when I first started getting the Brazilian Blowout, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, it contained formaldehyde, I believe. It contained something, and there was a big uproar in Florida, at least, about how bad it was for you and the fumes and everything else. They have made it a lot better. Cost. The Brazilian Blowout, it all depends on the salon you go to. The one I go to, it's $150. And like I said, it lasts between 10 to 12 weeks. I don't have to do it every 12 weeks. I think the last time that I had a Brazilian done was in early December, and you can still see that my hair is fine. The difference is that now I have to use the flat iron after I wash my hair, which if it were within that 12 weeks, I don't really have to use the flat iron that much. Right now it probably takes me about 5 to 10 minutes to flat iron my hair, the whole thing underneath, and I cut it up into sections and I flat iron it. But when you just get it done, you don't even have to do that. I get the Brazilian blowout because I like, not only do I like to have my hair bouncy and shiny, but more than anything else, I just hate my hair when it gets frizzy. I hate it. And my hair would be uncontrollable in this Florida weather. I wouldn't be able to do anything with it. It really doesn't look nice. And I was just spending so much time with the flat iron, and it was damaging my hair. So, I think that I answered all of the questions that have been asked, that have been asked. If I left something out, it wasn't my intention. It's not because I'm trying to hide anything, because I wouldn't do that. I'm like, what would you like to know? I was feeling terrible because I hadn't gotten this video out there, and I have had so many questions about it. So if I left something out, I am so sorry. Please leave it in the comments down below, and I will certainly answer you. I really will. It's totally unintentional if I left something else. What do I have on? I'm trying some different things for the summer, kind of like a summer look. I know, I've barely used this. This is the Lock by Tati. When I think she did this with Birchbox. And this is what I have on my lid. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's a really gold. And that's what I have on my lid. And then I just took some bronzer. And the bronzer from Guerlain, that's what I use for the crease. And I got a new lipstick. I've been trying this today. I just bought it yesterday. It's the Infallible 8-Hour Pro Gloss. And I'm gonna tell you, well, this coat, I just put it on right before I started filming. We went out this morning and I put some, I tried it. I wanted to see about how long it was gonna last. And about 4 hours later, I looked at myself and I thought, oh my gosh, I still have it on. And it feels really nice. It doesn't feel sticky. And this is Dulce de Leche. And as you can see, it's the glowy one on there. Please leave me any comments down below, any questions at all about my hair. I hope this was informative. I hope it was helpful. Thank you so much for visiting me. And don't forget, follow your passion. See you in the next video. Bye.